It's safe to say that from about the time I was 5, maybe 6, I started digging a hole right inside my own sense of self where I could find safety and security. A place where I could hide from the chaos above, a place where I didn't have to deal with the things that made me feel vulnerable or scared or weak. As a kid, this survival technique, it did its job. It kept me safe. But as I grew into adult, unfortunately, this hole had become a kind of home that I never really questioned its utility, let alone its value. But it's kind of hard to connect with people when you live deep in a hole. And I sure as hell didn't let people in. That wasn't safe. People might see my flaws, my weaknesses, my humanity. You can imagine then trying to be married to someone like that. Couldn't have been easy. This next song is like a part ode to, part lament to this hole that I've spent so much of my life in. I wish it was like a hobbit hole, all cozy and inviting, but sadly, the pit that I dug, it left me emotionally unavailable and difficult to connect with. Now, thankfully, through therapy and building trust in certain relationships, and even through psychedelics, which I've talked about recently, I've spent the last 6 or 7 years kind of digging my way out of this hole. I still have work to do, yeah. But some days I can get a whiff of the fresh air up above, and it's everything. More and more now, when I think about this hole, I see it not as my home anymore, but as the burial ground, where the pieces of me that needed to die could die, so that something more whole could emerge. 'Cause in that hole, oh, I felt safe. Those wounded walls gave me a name.